Good afternoon to Facebook and to YouTube. We are live today on the Layover Podcast. As you can see, I'm a little bit behind, but delayed, but not denied. Today, our topic is going to be pre-departure, and I am joined with my good girlfriend, Miss Kimberly Jefferson. That is the name of her Facebook group. Go ahead and join at your own risk. Kim.
It's a little raw and uncut over there, but definitely a good group. Thank you for
Definitely a good group. So before I go any further, let me just go ahead and just introduce people to who you are. Like I said, you're Kimberly Jefferson. And I definitely want you to break down exactly who you are and who you want them to, what you want them to know about you.
Hey, KTL World. I'm Kimberly Jefferson. Like Karen mentioned, down here in Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Columbia, where I met the lovely Karen. Our friendship kind of developed from there. I'm a 9-to-5er, an entrepreneur, a mother, a sister, and a good girlfriend. Um, Kind of all over the place. My career is in the supply chain industry as a demand analyst. I also tinker in the logistics world where I own and operate a dispatching company. In addition to getting my hands dirty with a little real estate. I can't believe Karen has me on here, like literally opening up the world. I'm really low key, and Karen knows that. It's funny because when she called me to be a guest on here before her conversation even started, I was like, girl, I need you on my list of people to call. I need you to be a guest speaker on my group. And she hurry up and shut me down like, nope, I need you to be a. So I was like, oh, you sure? But with no hesitation, I went ahead and agreed. And here I am. Karen knows I'm a little social introvert, but for her, I'll open up.
And social introvert isn't a bad thing, Kim, because I as well am a social introvert, but you are filled with so much knowledge. As you told the folks, you dabble in logistics. Well, you have your logistics company. I'm not going to say dabble, so we're gonna claim that Fortune 500 logistics company.
Definitely.
You're into the real estate. You are not a fiver, and you're an entrepreneur. So, and your mother as well. So there's so many different, parts of you that can be shared. And even you saying that you're a social entrepreneur, that's a part of you that's social. And that's what we're going to bring out of you today.
Definitely a part that's social, but would prefer, if I had a choice, I would kind of fall back and let you guys socialize for me, and I kind of fit in where I fit in.
Well, you're going to fit
But
it all
thank you for having me.
in well today. So Albert said, me too. So Albert, you trying to tell us that you're a social introvert as well? It's a
And
lot of
it's real common amongst us, believe it or not. I have friends who will tell people that, oh, Kim's friendly, but she's not your, you know what I mean? She's not your friend. I'm going to make you feel welcome in any environment, but it's going to take a lot to kind of just get to know me, or for me to open my arms and accept you as a friend. So, and I'll kind of go into that looking at some of the topics that you sent me once we roll over into that.
okay. But yeah, that social introvert, I use it very openly as well because I'd rather be behind the scenes. I don't really like showing my face, but even with this podcast, it has exposed me more to people. And
Yeah.
people be like, "Well, you're not no introvert." Oh, yes, I am.
But you know how, you know what you have to do when the camera's on. But like you said, when it's off, I prefer to kind of tend to myself. I'll pop out every now and then, and I'll get on back in my little shell and get to work.
Exactly. So when you
Yeah.
first saw this title of pre-departure, what was your first thoughts?
Well, let me first say, when you sent me the list of titles to choose from, the anxiety kicked in. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because I can relate to all of them. All of them, I was able to relate to, and I'm not gonna go through the whole list of topics. But like, for example, I think one of them was like maybe take flight. Girl, it's been plenty of days that life gets overwhelming and I just want to run away, or in other words, take flight. I don't know who else may go through it, just mentally exhausted and just like I just want to run away from everything. And again, it can be taken in another arena where you take flight to succeed. But when I saw it, it's take flight and run away from everything. Baggage claim, another one I can kind of relate to, just knowing the baggage that I carry, being accountable for the baggage, but not allowing it to take me down or not allowing other people to carry the weight, that I have as well. Another one that I really kind of honed in on was the security checkpoint. And like I said, I'm very, very selective about the people I allow into my life. So knowingly or unknowingly, people are going through a checkpoint with me. When I first get to know them, I'm the type, if the vibe is off from day one, then there's no chance to ever get to know me. But I'm definitely, one that screens any and everybody that I come across. But again, you may not know I'm screening you, but you being screened, boo.
This is why we friends, friend.
Definitely, definitely. So,
This security checkpoint.
yeah, and it's crazy. You say that's why we're friends. Is in Colombia, I was known as Keisha's cousin. I was really low key. Nobody knew me. If you saw me, you saw, Keisha. Me and Karen ran into each other doing business. And who would have known that year? How many years has it been, Karen? Maybe like 3, 4. It's,
About 4 years now.
yeah, that a friendship flourished from it. But here we are. Me and Karen can be transparent with one another every time. Our conversations can go from praise and worship on Karen's side because I'm not as saved as Karen, y'all. So I might slip up, but then we can go to just being us. Definitely. So I really enjoy my friendship with her. I've come to love Karen. So thank you again for having me.
Well, thank you for your yes. I see we have a comment from Albert going back to the initial question that said yes, but being in law enforcement and now having a nonprofit geared toward public speaking and positivity, I've changed for the better. I can do both now, pop out and sit back. And I
And
think that's like the perfect definition of a social introvert.
definitely.
We can pop out, we can be the life of the environment that we're comfortable in, and then we could be low key and sit back in the environment that we're new to.
Hmm.
So it's almost like
Definitely.
what side of the coin you getting today?
Um, Me, kind of. You're bringing it out of me. You definitely have brought me out to the light. So I will be that light that's needed today. I hope. Like I said, in the work environment, in the real world, again, if I have to get up and conduct a meeting in front of my executives at work, then guess what I do? I get up and I make it happen. But just as quick as I make that happen, I'll fall back and just kind of lay low key until I'm needed again. So that, and I think I'm more so just in life. I've always been just a helper. I want to lend a helping hand. So I don't want to be again in the limelight.
Yeah, I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
Yeah. But after, like I said, let's go back to the topics. So after reviewing those topics, I selected pre-departure.
What made you select pre-departure, especially over security checkpoint? Because honestly, security checkpoint is what I would have thought you was going to choose.
Why?
Because I know how we screen.
Definitely. But I said, you know what? Because you wanted me to get on here, and I was like, I'll open up a little. Y'all ain't gonna get all of me. You might, if you come over to good girlfriends, you might get a little bit more of me. But you're not gonna get all of me. But definitely, when I saw pre-departure, I immediately thought about my relationship. I'm recently divorced, about 2 years. So it initially, it just ignited that thought. Like, how did I leave out of that situation? How did I prepare for that situation before I just jumped ship? So that was, like I said, that was the initial thought when I saw it. But just thinking about pre-departure in general, because it doesn't always have to apply to relationships. Sometimes we are given opportunities or put in situations where we're so quick to try to jump ship instead of giving the grass time just to grow around our feet and learn from whatever situation we're in. I think in any situation there's a lesson to be taught with, wherever, whoever it is. So like I said, it before you depart, sit back and think, what is it that I can take from this experience that I can retain or hold on to and maybe pass on to somebody else. Pre-departure to me also, I think a testimony is always attached to a pre-departure. Again, you're going to learn something from it. That testimony is a prerequisite just to make it to that next point that you're trying to get to. Because we often think departure is the end of all. It's not. It's just that final point to get to the next destination. Again, there's a foundation to every story behind, again, that testimony and pre-departure. Again, somewhere, pre-departure falls in there somewhere because there has to be a stop just to move on to something else.
So pre-departure really became your topic based on what you went through in the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
That and pre-departure really, is a preparation phase.
Definitely.
What are you going to do before departing? How are you going to handle this situation before departing? So let's just bring it in a little bit. 2020, was that more so your pre-departure season or was it your layover season?
So, like you said, let me go back a little bit because, like you said, with the pre-departure in relationships, we tend to again jump ship without knowing. I'm one of those. I need a plan. I need something in place to guide me. So I'm not gonna just jump ship abruptly. I'm gonna make something out of nothing. I'm gonna put these plans into place and make sure. Again, Karen, you're really gonna make me open up, right?
Come on.
I don't want to. Just going through the process of separation or the thought of divorce, you don't just up and leave. And it's not oh, next month I'm out of here. Let me get myself together because you really wanted to try to bring it out. I'm not gonna let it happen. But again, I'm never the type that wants to be uncomfortable. So if it takes me 6 months to a year to get my preparations together, that's the time it's gonna take me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna create an unstable environment. So let me make sure financially I'm ready. I left when I left with but the clothes on my back by choice because I was ready to say I'm done, I'm over it. Mentally, you have to be there because if you're not mentally ready, there's that back and forth, the instability, that unsureness of, well, if I leave today, will I go back tomorrow? That was a thought that went through my head. I don't want that thought. So when I leave, I'm leaving and I'm done. It's no hard feelings because of course we both knew we were to that point to say it's time for us to part ways. So like I said, just get yourself mentally ready, emotionally ready because it's not easy. It's a journey that, like I said, I don't know who else may go through it, who else may be going through it. Sometimes again, we may have to leave abruptly where we don't have a plan. But I think at that point, that's when the rubber really hits the road, and you'll find out what you're really made of. I didn't have to go through that. I prepared myself, and I intentionally prepared myself for that. So, with that being said, the 2021 or 2020 was kind of my pre-departure year.
Okay.
Through the pre-planning and moving on from whatever my situation I was in, I gained weight. I lost my weight last year. I said, let me get my stuff together and pre-plan and get my mind right. And I dropped some weight. I'm not gonna tell y'all how much I dropped, but you might be able to go look at some pictures on Facebook and see.
You look good, girlfriend.
Thank you, boo. Thank you. But I think that was part of some of the pre-planning. It took willpower, it took discipline. But it definitely got me to a new place. Just kind of letting go of all the toxicity, the baggage, and just being here. You know what I mean? Just being here and ready to take flight. So
So 2020, to wrap it all up, was your pre-departure.
Definitely, I think it was a pre-departure year for me. Um, and I'm ready to just kind of let my journey take me wherever it's gonna take me. I definitely don't see myself backtracking. I definitely will excel and enhance from this day forward, come 2021. So
Okay. I'm not going to try to pull everything out of you. So I'm going to ask you to just think about this in a little bit. Knowing what you've went through in this situation, um, what advice would you give a younger version of you regarding the pre-departure preparation phase? Because it wasn't easy letting go and leaving and letting go of that situation. So what advice would you give to a younger version of yourself, or even to somebody now that's in a relationship or in a marriage or in a friendship? Even friendships go through this. What kind of advice would you give to that person that's in a pre-departure, like right before they're leaving out that door?
So there's a quote by Winston Churchill that really resonates with me that says, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, but your courage to continue. It's the courage to continue that counts." So that's one thing that I would tell anybody or my younger self, live by that. And we have to sometimes go through it to look back and say, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Don't hesitate to try new things. Don't feel bad if things don't go the way you thought they should have gone or the way that your parents thought that things should have gone for you. Um, I'm a parent again, like I mentioned before. I have a 16-year-old daughter. She'll be 17. Um, and I try to teach her, just find yourself. I understand that finding yourself comes along with experiences and life lessons that I want her to go through. I do have a different take on parenting that some parents just may not agree with, but I feel like certain life lessons and experiences that children have to go through, especially at her age now, younger, but she'll be 17 in a couple months. So it's things that I can tell you, I can mold you, I can shape you, but I have to let her figure it out. And she figured out the hard way. But when she come back, all I can say was, did I tell you? Did I tell you? So just to kind of come back, just don't feel bad for starting over. You can start over as many times as you want to, and again, that's where that pre-planning comes in. Okay, this didn't work for me. Let's figure out something else. Until you find something that feeds your soul.
Okay. So now that you have gone through the phase of the pre-departure and you are where you are now, what's next for you?
I just, like I said, actively pursuing my goals. My departure kind of fed off of, just being married for 14 years. I want to 13 years. I was married for 13 years. Unfortunately, probably marriage and kids aren't in the near future, but definitely, like I said, actively pursuing my goals and just maintaining and enhancing my businesses and going from there and being a voice for those that seek out to me. Again, if you need some advice, I'm here to kind of give it to you the best way I know how. I can only give you what I've gone through. I can't, piggyback off somebody else's story. I'm just gonna tell you what I know. Definitely.
Well, Fran, I definitely enjoy all of our candid conversations, all our behind the scene conversations. Um, you ain't really no introvert.
I definitely, Karen. No, you
It's
don't think
because I
so?
know you. It's
Huh?
because I know you. I said it's because
So,
I definitely know you.
so when we met, what was your idea of me when you first met? I wasn't an introvert.
No, fully business.
Um, when it's business,
It was definitely our business,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, but I definitely, like I said, I'm glad this friendship has come from that. Who would have known? Again, I was definitely low key in Colombia. A lot of people didn't even know I was the wife of somebody. Um, but hey, I play my role, and I am where I need to be. Then and now, so
If the people wanted to follow you, um, KJ's how they follow you on Facebook. Is there any other way that they could follow you? Any of your groups that have
um,
public access?
again, like Karen stated, I do run a private group called Good Girlfriends. We network, we digress, we chat about real life girlfriend situations that you may not just want to talk to anybody about. We're non-judgy. So the conversations go wherever you want them to go. Now, I don't know, Karen, can you kind of give a little blurb of your experience on Good Girlfriends, or just kind of review on the group?
Good Girlfriends is definitely the elephant in the room conversations.
Definitely. That I'm glad you that's the way to put it. Definitely any topic is we will touch on it. We don't hesitate. Um, and it's kind of crazy because I was hesitant about coming to yours, but I do this every Wednesday. We do have a live broadcast on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. I mean 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, I know my content is totally different from your content. So, I think I just was hesitant. I don't know if I'm supposed to bring something out of somebody here, but definitely, hopefully the what I shared can be applied somewhere.
Well, like when we started, I told you, you never know who the story might resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone that may be trapped in a situation and don't even understand how to get out, or in a marriage and don't want to do the divorce. You just never know how this conversation can resonate with someone else and how we can be a confirmation for someone.
Yeah, I
So
definitely will tell them. Fear is our biggest, weakness. Sometimes I was afraid to leave, and it wasn't afraid to leave in a physical sense. It was just the fear of failure. Again, like I stated in that quote, just afraid if I step out here, will I be able to make it? Because we sometimes create a codependency on our spouse that, we've become accustomed to this certain lifestyle. It's like, okay, if I leave, will I still be able to maintain this way of living? Again, I'm not saying I live like this lavish life, but there's, a certain way that I like to live. And I just want to make sure that when I do leave, I can maintain it. But so don't be afraid. I had a girlfriend tell me, we hadn't talked in years, and she found me on Facebook. We reconnected through my mom's page, and I was telling her my story. I told her I had been divorced. Told her, she was like, "Girl, I used to tell my friends, leave that nigga, leave that nigga." I said, "It's not as easy." She said, "I learned that when y'all say that the fear is what keeps you there." She said, "I had to learn, sit back and shut your mouth and just be that listening ear for your friend, because you never know." Opposed to always saying leave, because it's not as easy. It's simple. It's easy to say leave, but until you get your mind right, you'll stay there until you feel like, what I mean, it's time. But sometimes a situation needs to occur for you to say, "I'm out of here." But that's a conversation. I think there may be a topic on Good Girlfriends um, that I might throw out there. But
well, I definitely thank you for joining us on today and opening up, because
you got me a little bit, but
I did.
just a little bit. Like, you almost brought tears to my eyes, trying to make me think about the bullshit I've been through. But sorry, KTO world. I'm trying to. Sorry, but yeah, you
Well,
definitely.
this platform definitely will bring out the tears out of you. I was
I saw that yesterday.
whew, I was in
Yeah,
tears last night.
I saw that yesterday. So like I said, I'm glad you asked me to be on here, and we'll go up from here.
Well, I'm glad that you said yes. So thank you so much.
No problem. Bye.
Look, you all ready to say bye to the people. Let me finish talking to my people, Kim.
Cut his camera off. I was just kidding, y'all.
I definitely want to thank you all for joining us on today and speaking and hearing us speak with Kimberly Jefferson in regards to pre-departure. As always, you can follow me on my podcast, which is anchor.fm /KTL Lifestyle. You can also stay connected at www.karenttlewis.com. And as always, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you guys later.